which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. On first down, Butler.
I got you, boy.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And to give this time to the tailback. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
First down, Ravens.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. This is Pope. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way down to the 5. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
It's 1st and goal, a chance for the first points of this AFC title bout. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer. They'll try to run this one in, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run, and the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line. Let's go now. 55. Check 55 to Mike. Accuracy's trapped.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Check 24. He's coming. We got double up. Kill. Hey, switch gears. Go. SOS.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check Mike 45, check Mike 45. Stop your whining.
Operating from the gun, Barnes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There's a hush indeed. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Watch twins.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Come on. Mike 55, Mike 55.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Right there in the middle, 55. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up. Watch twins, watch twins, watch twins. Watch twins. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Go, go. Who's that? Who's that? Is that yours? Is that yours? Who's that? Back, back, back.
Off play action. Barnes. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18.
Watch out, watch out. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Alert flare, flare. Under Under crunch. 26, check 26. He's crashing. He's chilling.
Off the play fake. Barnes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Check 99. Check 99.
Looking to throw. Barnes. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Say it. Short. No. Motion. Bumps up the helmet. Here we go. Check 15. Check. Watch the safety creep. Check 43. Tighten up.
From the gun, Barnes. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Here's Williams to return. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the twist.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
I got you. Kill.
Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. And a missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
He's checking. Crash. Check the backer. Slam. Hey, alert 3.
They'll run it. It's Mack. And he's got room. And he he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 30. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today, a guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
55 is mine, guys, 55.
Throwing on first down. Barnes. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run with Matt. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
You ain't doing nothing today. Watch 55. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood.
Off play action. Barnes looking for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 22-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Right back to him on first down. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Rip right.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They begin the drive on the ground with Mack, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas. All day.
A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
Mike 55, Mike, go. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Hey, check Mike, check Mike. Watch it,
Looking to throw on second down. Barnes. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, 53 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. This time Jackson will throw it. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Check 13. Check 4. Check 4.
Now a give right side. It's Butler. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Check 52.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Barnes. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, one more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about.
He's got it with the 15. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Harris Campbell, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll run on first down. Butler, he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he gets this one down to the 24. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 41 yards on the ground. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around, not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check safety, check safety.
Now Jackson operating from the gun. That's complete to Butler. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Ready. Watch it, 5. And let's pin the mirrors. 22, jet, cover. 22, jet, cover.
To throw on 3rd down. Barnes. And he finds his target. It's Sharp. Second catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Come on, set. Hey, no. Pass, set. Pass the pass. Mike, 50.
To throw on second down. Barnes. He's got his man Sharp complete. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Watch the ship. 65. Wait. Watch the ship. Ship. Drop. 36. Go. Check.
On first down, Mack. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Switch. Watch safety creep. Go. Safety creep.
On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Jim. Let's go. Come on. Check 37. Hatchet.
This is Hines. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
In your face.
Operating from the gun. Barnes. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. In for the score. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they are really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. That one goes for 24 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Jackson on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Slam.
Throwing again. Jackson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson will throw again. And he finds his man. That's Butler. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards on that one, and a Raven first.
First down, Baltimore.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw again is Jackson. They complete it to Hill. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and short. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
First down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And let's get in that holes. Go. Motion. Bang, 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 bang.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They called out a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Now this time he'll look to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Check. Lucky.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And it is incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on fourth, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much fourth downs were emphasized, you know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you, you know. If people are going to go for it on fourth down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
This a give to Mack running to the right. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Sponge. No. Big edge. Joker. Under 10.
They'll run here with Mack. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here we go. 6 yards. Watch 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. I know he ain't got it. Go. 55. Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Barnes looking for Campbell downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey, check 24. Hayward. He's coming. We got double up. Kill. Hey, switch gears.
Off the play fake. Barnes. That's complete to Sharp. And he's going to be taken down with the first